Namaskar friends, myself Professor Balvinder Singh. I am working in Shri Baba Masnath Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research, Baba Masnath University, Astalpur, Rohtak, Haryana. Today I will give my presentation on clinical trials pharmacology. I am very thankful to my son Mr. Ashish Saini for helping me in typesetting and media recording of this presentation. Clinical trial is a systematic way of testing a new drug on human patients or normal individuals to confirm whether the drug can be allowed for a particular disease or disorder or on specific human patients. क्लिनिकल ट्रायल एक पर्टिकुलर कोई भी दवाई, नई दवाई जो हम मार्केट में लाना चाहते हैं, उसको मार्केट में लाने से पहले उसकी टेस्टिंग है कि वो जो है इस लायक है कि नहीं है, कहीं पेशेंट्स के लिए ज़्यादा नुकसानदेह तो नहीं है, तो उसके जो टेस्ट होते हैं उसको जो है हम क्लिनिकल ट्रायल कहते हैं. लेकिन क्लिनिकल ट्रायल शुरू करने से पहले जो है ऐसे ही कोई भी ड्रग जो है वो हम उसको ह्यूमन बींग्स पे नहीं टेस्ट कर सकते. वी हैव टू डू सम प्री क्लिनिकल स्टडीज़, एंड फॉर प्री क्लिनिकल स्टडीज़ वी हैव टू डन द एक्सपेरिमेंट्स ऑन द एनिमल्स. तो एनिमल स्टडीज़ करनी पड़ती हैं, एंड मिनिमम 2 स्पीशीज़ ऑफ एनिमल्स कैन हैव टू बी यूज्ड. One is small animals like rodents, rat, mice, etc. And the second species is big animals like cat, dog, monkey like. But for doing this animal study also, we have to take permission from IAEC, that is the Institutional Animal Ethical Committee. In preclinical studies, we do the in vivo tests on animals, in vitro tests. In vivo we use the full animals, whereas in vitro we you can say take one organ or one tissue out of the animal's body, and we do the experiment outside the body of the animal. Bacterial cultures can be used. Then we do the toxicity studies like LD50, that is lethal dose in 50% of animals, or effective dose in 50%, ED50. And we do the acute, subacute or chronic toxicity studies. Besides this, we also do the pharmacokinetic studies. So many other studies are there. These are the main important preclinical studies are there. If reports are okay, then we can start with the clinical trial. All these preclinical studies, we have to go through various formalities before starting the clinical trial. There is one Helsinki Declaration of World Medical Association. They have given the guidelines. A panel of doctors is selected for that particular drug, and they will study the preclinical studies of animals, and if they are satisfied, they will give the investigational new drug IND license for that particular drug. And in this clinical trials, various you can say guidelines are there, just like good clinical practices, GCP guidelines that are issued by ICH, International Conference on Harmonization. They have to be followed. Then in India we have the ICMR also Indian Council of Medical Research. They also issued the guidelines. Then the drugs and cosmetic rules. In that rules we have the Schedule Y is there, which gives the guidelines for conducting the clinical trial. So many formalities are there. After completion of that, then we have to start with the clinical trial. The first phase is phase 0, although phase 1 is there, but this phase 0 is based on the experience, based on the failures of so many you can say new drugs at the advanced stage. So phase 0 is not mandatory, but it is proposed. It is the microdosing study. In humans, microdosing of drug is done, and basically here we study the pharmacokinetics part. जो उसकी ADME है ड्रग की, that is studied. जो भी as per the animal studies, जो भी human dose select की जाती है, तो estimated human dose का 1/100th part that dose is selected, and that is the dose is given to the human beings, and highly sophisticated instruments are used like LCMS that is MSLC, that is LC tandem mass spectrometry, or AMS, that is accelerator mass spectrometry, can be used with the radio labeled drugs. Now, if the findings are okay, then we should proceed. Otherwise, there will be huge losses will be there if we conduct it at a large scale, and then at a later stage we find that human pharmacokinetics is failed. It is not able to reach that particular level. So, if that it saves the future expenses if the drug failed at the later stage due to failed human pharmacokinetics. But this phase 0 is not mandatory. It is proposed to save the you can say expenses, time and efforts at a later stage. So this phase is suggested. Then coming to the phase 1, that is the human pharmacology study. Here a small number of healthy persons are used. 20 to 80 healthy persons are you can say enrolled in this phase 1. Now 1/100th to 1/10th of the highest dose of the human dose that is selected is given to these persons. Then as per the response, the dose is adjusted for optimum effective dose. That is the bioavailability is observed. The pharmacokinetics and the pharmacodynamics parameters are noted down. It is an open type of clinical trial. The effect of drug on various drugs are also noted, like the effect of drug on blood pressure, heart rate, bronchospasm, liver or kidney parameters are studied. In case any side effect or adverse effect is there, that is also noted. This phase 1 study is takes around you can say duration is up to 1 month. एक महीने के अंदर जो है 20 से 80 हेल्दी पर्सनस के ऊपर ये स्टडी कंडक्ट की जाती है, और बेसिकली उनका जो है फार्माकोकाइनेटिक्स पार्ट जो है और फार्माकोडायनेमिक्स पैरामीटर्स जो है वो नोट किए जाते हैं, और कोई साइड इफेक्ट है तो वो सारा नोट किया जाता है. देन अगर वो सारे रिपोर्ट्स ओके आती हैं, देन वी गो टू द phase 2. दिस इज you can say next phase of phase to phase 1 and advanced studies. That is number of patients increases, there are number of places also increases. Phase 2 is the therapeutic effect and dose. Here 100 to 500 patients are tested with the drug from 2 to 4 centers are involved. This phase 2 study will establish the therapeutic effect of the drug, short-term side effects, dose range of drug, placebo control, double-blind studies. Now here also we go for the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics part, that is further to the phase 1. phase 1 में जहाँ तक हमने किया था उसके आगे जो है इसमें स्टडी करते हैं. ड्रग इंटरेक्शंस कैन बी स्टडीड. ड्यूरेशन जो है इस फेज़ की सेवरल मंथ्स होती है. जो है इसमें जो है हम 100 से 500 पेशेंट लेते हैं, जो कि 2-4 प्लेसेस अलग अलग जगहों पे जो है ये स्टडी की जाती है. बिगर देन फेज़ 1, दैट इज़ द फेज़ 2 स्टडी. अगर रिजल्ट्स यहाँ पे भी ओके आते हैं, देन वी गो फॉर द फेज़ 3, दैट इज़ द थेरेप्यूटिक इफेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन. This study is the most important study. Here the effect of drugs, from small scale we go to a large scale testing of the drug. Here the number of patients are from 500 to 3000 patients with the target disease. Whatever the disease where we are claiming it is very effective, that particular target disease is in that the effect of the drug is studied. It is a randomized controlled study. It is multi-centered demographically at different places. It is there. Overall risk-benefit ratio is observed. It is compared with the existing drugs efficacy. Whether there is any efficacy, better efficacy is there, better results are there as per the existing drugs. Is it useful to have this type of new drug is there? Then adverse effects are also studied. Then indications are finalized कि this particular drug will be given in that particular indications. After the successful phase 3, the new drug application, that is the NDA, is submitted to the drug department. And this phase 3 consumed more several years. So duration is you can say many years duration study is required in phase 3 because the study is on a large number of patients. After the successful phase 3, the drug is marketed, and then the drug entered the phase 4, that is the post-marketing surveillance. as the name itself is there, phase 4 is post-marketing monitoring of the drug. Here the number of patient increases manifold. It is more than, obviously it is more than 3,000 patients. It is marketed all over India or whatever the places are there. It is an uncontrolled study. Basically it is a epidemiological data is collected for the drug, and keeping an eye on the adverse effects or drug interactions. In the phase 4 we can add more indications as per the experience on the patients. Besides this, the effects on the children, like pediatric patients, old age patients, geriatric patients, or pregnant or lactating women, or the patients with the liver or hepatic or kidney diseases are observed. So this phase is keep on going, and the study will keep on. It is an ongoing process. So that is the post marketing surveillance or the phase 4. So that's all about the clinical trials pharmacology. I am very thankful to you for listening patiently about the clinical trials pharmacology presentation. My phone number and email ID is given here. You can contact me in case you want further clarification. I once again thankful to my son, Mr. Ashish Sani, for helping me in typesetting and media recording of this presentation. Thank you very much. Good day.